When Diddy went live on Instagram back in 2020 to introduce a young white girl as his adopted daughter, no one really knew what to make of it. The girl, maybe around 11 or 12, smiled shyly while Diddy encouraged her to repeat her new name.
That he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
At first glance, it seemed like one of those random but touching moments. Celebrities drop into the feed, a powerful black mogul taking in a child during the chaos of a global pandemic. It radiated savior vibes, the kind of thing that gets heart, emojis, and clapping hands in the comments. But something didn't sit right. You could feel it even if you couldn't explain it. Fast forward to today, and that live stream looks completely different. Ava pretty much vanished after that debut. She wasn't in any of the usual spots, no birthday posts, no family TikToks, not even background cameos in the Combs household content. And when she did show up, it was odd. Fans noticed she was always positioned near Diddy's sons, never his. Daughters, her posture was stiff, her eyes unsure, like she wasn't sure where to look. It didn't feel like family, it felt staged. Then out of nowhere, Terrence Howard dropped a courtroom bombshell that peeled back another layer of the mystery. He wasn't even testifying about Ava. His statement was focused on Diddy's alleged predatory conduct in Hollywood. But mid-testimony, Terrence paused and made a strange cryptic comment. Something about a situation involving someone you'd never expect. That one line lit the internet on fire. Fans connected the dots. Ava! Why Ava? Because right after that court appearance, Diddy's indictment widened. More possible victims were added. Rumors started flying that Ava might have been one of them. That same awkward live stream moment people once brushed off now looked like the first clue in something much darker, and it spiraled from there. Terrence never named names, but he did share details. He said Diddy invited him over, supposedly for acting lessons. At first, it felt like nothing, just two actors linking up. But then, things started feeling off. Diddy had no scripts, no rehearsals, just watching. Then he invited him again, music, vibes, hangout. But eventually an assistant warned Terrence Diddy's not looking for acting lessons. That was it, Terrence cut ties. It was a chilling moment on its own. But when he later added that once you lose your manhood in this industry, you never get it back, fans read between the lines.
I gotta pick it up from right there. Go ahead.
He wasn't just talking about himself. Speculation exploded. What if Ava was caught in that same disturbing cycle? What if this adoption wasn't about kindness, but access? That idea picked up steam when Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Dale, stepped in with his own truth drop. He'd been around through it all. He saw what most never did. And according to Gene, Ava's big moment wasn't family, it was optics. A calculated move to clean up Diddy's image while the world was locked down. Scrolling for feel-good headlines. Gene claimed Diddy brought Ava in during the pandemic, flaunted her on social media like a shiny object, then erased her the moment the hype faded. No school pictures, no birthday updates, just silence. Behind the scenes, Gene said the industry had whispers. Some believed footage existed, hard evidence linked to what happened next. Now, investigators are digging through Diddy's seized devices, hunting for answers. That's where everything shifted. Because Ava is no longer just a name floating in a strange live stream. She's now the question everyone's afraid to ask. Where is Ava Baron Combs? And what happened after that moment online, Diddy never mentioned her again. No Father's Day tributes, no soft focus interviews, not even a vague comment. For a man who documents every party, every yacht, every luxury moment, the blackout was deafening. Fans turned into sleuths, screenshots resurfaced, timelines got dissected, that awkward IG live clip replayed like a puzzle piece. And maybe it was because after that first reveal, Ava just disappeared. No adoption papers, no school listings, no tagged friends, no birthday comments. It's like she was shown to the world and then digitally erased. No photos with classmates, no birthday shout-outs from friends. It's like she was introduced to the world and wiped from it. The kind of disappearance that doesn't feel random. It feels deliberate, like someone wanted her gone without raising alarms. Then came the lawsuits, one after another. not just targeting Diddy, but extending to those in his inner circle. His sons, Justin and Christian Combs, began surfacing in legal documents. Justin's name appeared in a trafficking case. Christian now faces a sexual assault lawsuit. And these aren't old stories from the past. They're current, ongoing, with disturbing echoes of the accusations made against Diddy himself. That's when things started to get unsettling, because the few times Ava was seen, she was always around those two. Never with Diddy's daughters. Always with the sons, the ones now linked to serious and deeply troubling allegations. It sparked a chilling question. Was Ava brought in for protection or control? Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, who's been unloading truths like he's been sitting on them for decades, says this wasn't just about optics. According to Gene, Diddy learned these behaviors from the top, from others in the industry, powerful people who exploited and passed those tactics down. Then he turned around and did the same. That's how the game works, Gene said in one clip. You either get used or you start using. And if that's real, then Ava wasn't just a child he wanted to help during COVID. She may have been part of a bigger system, a prop, a plan. There's one line from that live stream that still haunts people. Diddy looked at Ava and said, "I adopted you like Madonna did," trying to make it sound normal, but that reference has aged horribly. Madonna's adoptions have faced years of backlash, accusations of child trafficking, sketchy court loopholes, and kids removed from homes under questionable circumstances. So when Diddy dropped that line, it didn't come off like a casual celeb flex. It felt like a red flag. And the timeline? It only makes things worse. Ava suddenly appears. The pandemic hits. Diddy's public image is dragging after years of scandals. Then boom, Ava gets introduced. A quick, awkward debut, then she's gone. Meanwhile, the lawsuits start bubbling again. More names get added to the list. Insiders now claim that some of the victims were minors, that some were caught on tape, that some might have been trafficked. This isn't conspiracy anymore, it's what federal investigators are actively pursuing. And sitting at the center of it all is one name, Ava Baron Combs. A girl who may have stepped into a celebrity mansion thinking she was being rescued and instead got pulled into something much darker, much more dangerous. Then there's Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex. Her lawsuit shattered any remaining illusions. She didn't imply she told. She spoke of being trapped, monitored, silenced, forced into freak-offs. She said she was recorded. She said she lived in fear. She said she was used. And now investigators are asking, was Ava caught in that same web? Was she part of that same machine, just a different chapter of the same nightmare? The industry is holding its breath, because if Ava speaks, if she takes a stand, this won't be another scandal that fades out. It could be the case that cracks the whole thing wide open, man. 50 Cent. He's been hinting for years that something was off, throwing jabs at Diddy on social media, joking, but the kind of jokes that feel too sharp to ignore. People thought it was just ego games, rap beef. But now, in the middle of all this legal chaos, 50's tone has changed. He's producing a documentary. Did he do it? And that's not just a title, it's a message. In one viral teaser, 50 says they can charge him for what we saw, but we can't unsee it. That line shook the internet. Because when 50 says something's on tape, you believe him. Something concrete now ties Diddy to the dark rumors people used to only whisper about. And it proves he's been sitting on this truth for a long time, but he's not the only one anymore. Sources connected to the federal investigation say Ava Baron Combs isn't missing. She didn't run away. She isn't hiding. She's reportedly talking. If that's real, if this girl who was once paraded online like a charity case is now cooperating, then everything shifts. This isn't hearsay anymore. It's not internet speculation. It's testimony from someone who lived inside the house. Someone who saw what the cameras never showed. That means prosecutors may finally have what they've been missing all along, a first-hand witness. If Ava reveals what really happened after that Instagram live, who she was surrounded by, what she was asked to do, what might have been filmed, she could be the link that ties together every loose thread. The Terrence Howard comments, the lawsuits, the sealed files, all of it. And that might explain Diddy's recent unraveling, the quiet settlements. The deleted posts, the sudden PR shifts that feel more like desperation than planning. The man who once dominated music, media, fashion, now watching the empire fall apart from within. And this time, the noise isn't fading, it's getting louder. The internet's locked in. People are saving receipts, screen recording, tracking court documents like it's an HBO miniseries. But it's not a show, it's happening. And if Ava gets on that stand, she doesn't just become a witness, she becomes the voice. The one speaking not just for herself, but for every person silenced in our world. Cause this isn't just about Diddy anymore. This is about a whole system, one that's protected men like him for decades, under the cover of fame, wealth, connections, and now that system is cracking. You can feel it in the quiet from celebs who used to post with him, party with him, call him brother. Now, nothing. No statements, no defense, just distance. Because they know what it means when people like Gene Deal start spilling secrets. When 50 Cent stops clowning and starts producing documentaries. When the feds start pulling hard drives. The game changes. People used to ask, where did Ava go? Now they're asking, what does she know? And that shift? That's everything. Because Ava isn't just a question mark anymore. She's a key. Maybe the final piece in a puzzle that's been right in front of us the whole time. And if the rumors are even halfway true, if Ava's story confirms what many feared, then this isn't just Diddy's downfall. It's the collapse of a carefully built image, a destruction of everything he used to be shielded by. Power, fame, untouchability, and with every new day it's becoming clearer. The people he once kept quiet aren't staying quiet anymore.